Personal agency is the foundational principle that empowers individuals to take control of their own lives and shape their destinies. It is the recognition that, despite external circumstances, the choices we make, the actions we take, and the mindset we cultivate define the narrative of our existence. Being the hero of your own story means understanding that you are not merely a passive character swept along by events, but the author and protagonist of your journey. This mindset shifts the locus of control inward, granting you the power to influence your reality through deliberate and intentional decisions. When you embrace personal agency, you reject the notion that your life is dictated solely by fate, luck, or the actions of others. Instead, you acknowledge the immense potential residing within you to effect change, both internally and externally. This is not about denying obstacles or hardships, but about affirming your ability to respond to them proactively. It is the difference between feeling like a victim of circumstance and standing confidently as a creator of opportunity. The power of personal agency lies in its capacity to instill ownership over your goals and aspirations. When you take responsibility for your outcomes, you are more motivated to pursue excellence because success or failure becomes directly linked to your efforts and decisions. This accountability fosters self-discipline and focus, driving you to push beyond comfort zones and make choices aligned with your highest values and ambitions. It empowers you to set clear goals, develop actionable plans, and persevere despite challenges because you understand that your actions matter. This sense of control also enhances resilience. When you see yourself as the hero of your own story, setbacks are reframed as challenges to overcome rather than insurmountable barriers. You develop a problem-solving mindset, seeking solutions instead of assigning blame. Personal agency transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth, as you recognize that your response is within your control. This mental shift is crucial because it prevents stagnation and encourages continuous forward momentum. Moreover, embracing personal agency means cultivating a proactive attitude rather than a reactive one. Heroes do not wait for circumstances to improve or for permission to act. They take initiative. This proactive stance is characterized by foresight, planning, and decisive action. It involves anticipating obstacles and preparing strategies in advance, allowing you to navigate uncertainty with confidence. This approach increases your adaptability and ensures that you remain in the driver's seat, steering your life in the direction you desire. Personal agency also nurtures intrinsic motivation, which is far more sustainable than external motivators. When you are the hero of your own story, your drive comes from within, from your passion, curiosity, and commitment to your purpose. This internal fire fuels perseverance even when external rewards or recognition are absent. It sustains long-term engagement and satisfaction because the journey itself becomes meaningful rather than solely the destination. Another important aspect of personal agency is the development of self-awareness. To act intentionally and responsibly, you must understand your strengths, weaknesses, values, and desires. This self-knowledge allows you to make choices that are authentic and aligned with who you truly are, rather than conforming to external expectations or societal pressures. When your actions reflect your authentic self, you build confidence and integrity, which are vital qualities for any hero. Taking ownership of your story also means embracing the freedom to change direction when necessary. Life is dynamic, and the path to fulfillment is rarely linear. Personal agency grants you the permission to revise your goals, learn new skills, and pivot strategies based on new insights or circumstances. This flexibility prevents rigidity and encourages lifelong learning, ensuring that your heroic journey remains vibrant and relevant. Furthermore, personal agency encourages you to break free from limiting beliefs and mental barriers. Often, individuals unconsciously adopt narratives that diminish their potential, stories of inadequacy, unworthiness, or helplessness. Recognizing yourself as the hero challenges these narratives by affirming your capacity to grow, adapt, and succeed. It invites you to rewrite the script of your life with empowerment and possibility at its core. It is important to recognize that being the hero of your own story does not imply isolation or solitary struggle. Exercising personal agency includes the ability to seek support, collaborate, and learn from others, all while maintaining ownership of your decisions. Heroes build alliances and leverage relationships strategically, but they do not relinquish responsibility for their path. This balance between independence and interdependence strengthens your ability to navigate complex challenges effectively. Finally, the power of personal agency is ultimately transformative because it changes how you perceive your role in the world. No longer a passive observer, you become an active participant with the ability to influence not only your life, but also the lives of others. This realization expands your impact, inspiring others to claim their own agency and become heroes of their own stories. It creates a ripple effect, multiplying the potential for positive change within communities and society at large. In essence, personal agency is the fundamental force that enables you to write, direct, and star in the narrative of your life. It empowers you to act with intention, embrace responsibility, and pursue your highest potential. By recognizing and harnessing this power, you claim your rightful place as the hero of your own story, an agent of transformation capable of shaping a meaningful. Fear and doubt are two of the most powerful internal forces that can undermine our progress and keep us from becoming the heroes of our own stories. These emotions often arise naturally when we step outside our comfort zones or face uncertainty, yet they have the potential to paralyze us if left unchecked. Understanding the origins and impacts of fear and doubt is crucial to overcoming them and stepping into the full power of our personal agency. Fear is a primal response deeply embedded in our biology, designed to protect us from danger. However, in modern life, much of our fear is not about immediate physical threats, but about intangible risks, fear of failure, rejection, judgment, or the unknown. These fears can create mental barriers that prevent us from taking bold actions or pursuing ambitious goals. They whisper doubts about our capabilities, question our worthiness, and suggest that playing it safe is the smarter choice. The challenge lies in recognizing that while fear signals caution, it does not have to dictate our decisions or limit our potential. Doubt often accompanies fear, manifesting as a lack of confidence in our abilities or the uncertainty about whether we deserve success. Self-doubt erodes motivation and makes us susceptible to procrastination and avoidance. It fosters a mindset where potential setbacks loom larger than opportunities, and where our internal critic becomes louder than our internal champion. Doubt can also be reinforced by external factors such as criticism or societal expectations, but its ultimate power resides in our willingness to accept it as truth. Confronting fear and doubt requires developing awareness and intentional strategies to diminish their hold. The first step is to acknowledge these emotions without judgment or avoidance. By bringing fear and doubt into conscious awareness, we gain the ability to observe them as transient mental states rather than immutable facts. This distancing allows us to separate our identity from the negative narratives that fear and doubt generate, preventing these feelings from defining who we are or what we can achieve. One powerful approach to overcoming fear and doubt is to reframe our mindset around failure and risk. Rather than viewing failure as a reflection of our worth or an endpoint, it becomes a necessary and valuable part of growth. This reframing diminishes the fear of failing and encourages experimentation, innovation, and persistence. When we see risk as an opportunity to learn and evolve, fear loses its paralyzing grip and doubt loses its credibility. This shift transforms obstacles into challenges that test our resilience and commitment. Building courage is also essential in overcoming fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Cultivating courage involves incremental exposure to discomfort, taking small steps that stretch our boundaries and gradually expand our confidence. Each act of courage reinforces the belief that we can face uncertainty and adversity and emerge stronger. Over time, this process weakens the influence of fear and doubt, replacing them with a sense of empowerment and momentum. Support systems play a crucial role in helping us transcend fear and doubt. Surrounding ourselves with mentors, peers, or communities who believe in our potential provides encouragement, perspective, and accountability. These relationships can counterbalance the internal negative voices and remind us of our strengths and progress. Sharing our fears and doubts openly reduces their power by bringing them into a shared human experience, which normalizes vulnerability and builds resilience. Another strategy is to cultivate self-compassion. Fear and doubt often lead to harsh self-criticism, which deepens emotional distress and hampers growth. Greeting ourselves with kindness and understanding in moments of insecurity allows us to maintain motivation and fosters a healthier internal dialogue. Self-compassion encourages patience with our progress and acceptance of imperfections, which in turn reduces anxiety and self-doubt. Visualization and affirmations can also be effective tools. Imagining successful outcomes and mentally rehearsing positive scenarios prepare the mind to embrace possibility rather than fear. Affirmations reinforce a positive self-image and counteract negative beliefs that fuel doubt. These practices train the brain to focus on what is achievable rather than what is feared, shifting the narrative from limitation to potential. It is important to remember that fear and doubt will not disappear entirely. They are part of the human experience and signal that we are pushing our limits. The goal is not to eliminate these feelings, but to manage them constructively. Heroes recognize fear and doubt as companions on the journey, not as enemies to be defeated. They develop the discipline and mindset to act in alignment with their values and goals despite these emotions. Finally, embracing a long-term perspective helps mitigate the immediate impact of fear and doubt. Recognizing that courage and confidence build over time encourages persistence. Every challenge faced and every fear confronted adds to a cumulative reservoir of strength. With each step forward, the narrative shifts from one of limitation to one of possibility and growth. In sum, overcoming fear and doubt is a vital aspect of becoming the hero of your own story. It requires awareness, mindset shifts, courage, building, support, and self-compassion. By confronting these internal barriers head-on, you reclaim your power to act boldly, embrace risks, and pursue your vision with conviction. Fear and doubt lose their authority, and you step confidently into the role of protagonist in your life's narrative. Vision and purpose are the guiding lights that illuminate the path for anyone who seeks to be the hero of their own story. Without a clear vision, it is easy to wander aimlessly or become distracted by the noise and chaos of everyday life. Purpose acts as the compass that keeps you oriented toward what truly matters, giving direction to your efforts and meaning to your journey. Together, vision and purpose create a powerful framework that fuels motivation, sharpens focus, and sustains resilience in the face of obstacles. A compelling vision is more than a vague idea or wishful thinking. It is a vivid, inspiring picture of the future that you desire to create. This vision acts as a magnetic force, drawing you forward even when the path is uncertain or difficult. It provides clarity by defining what success looks like in your own terms, enabling you to prioritize your actions and make choices that align with your long-term goals. When your vision is clear, distractions lose their appeal and setbacks are seen as temporary challenges rather than reasons to give up. Purpose, on the other hand, taps into the deeper why behind your vision. It is the reason that propels you out of bed each morning and sustains your energy when enthusiasm wanes. Purpose connects your ambitions to values and principles that give your actions significance beyond personal gain. It's the understanding that your efforts contribute to something meaningful, whether it is making a positive impact on others, advancing a cause, or simply living in alignment with your authentic self. This sense of meaning transforms ordinary work into a mission, infusing even the smallest tasks with importance. Together, vision and purpose act as a powerful motivator by providing a sense of direction and an emotional anchor. They help combat the inertia that often accompanies uncertainty or overwhelm. When you know where you want to go and why, you create a mental roadmap that helps you navigate complexity and prioritize what truly matters. This clarity enables you to break down ambitious goals into manageable steps, making progress feel achievable and reinforcing your commitment. Having a clear vision also encourages creativity and innovation. When your mind is focused on a compelling future, you are more likely to explore new ideas, challenge assumptions, and experiment with different approaches. Vision fosters a growth mindset by framing obstacles as opportunities to learn and adapt rather than as insurmountable barriers. This openness to exploration enhances problem-solving skills and increases the likelihood of discovering novel solutions that bring you closer to your goals. Purpose fuels perseverance by anchoring your efforts in a larger context. It is easy to stay motivated when tasks are enjoyable or rewards are immediate, but real purpose sustains commitment even when progress is slow or setbacks occur. This deeper connection to your work or mission creates emotional resilience, helping you endure difficulties without losing sight of the end goal. Purpose-driven individuals often describe a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that transcends external measures of success, rooted instead in alignment with their core values. Vision and purpose also influence how you manage your time and energy. With a clear understanding of what you want to achieve and why, you become more intentional about how you allocate resources. You are less likely to waste time on distractions or activities that do not support your goals. Instead, you focus your energy on actions that have the highest impact, making your efforts more efficient and effective. This intentionality creates momentum and builds confidence as you witness tangible progress. The process of discovering and refining your vision and purpose is deeply personal and often evolves over time. It requires self-reflection, exploration, and sometimes trial and error. Engaging in practices such as journaling, meditation, or seeking feedback can provide valuable insights into your passions, strengths, and values. As you gain clarity, your vision becomes sharper, and your sense of purpose more profound, guiding you toward decisions that resonate authentically. It is important to recognize that vision and purpose are not static. They grow and adapt as you gain experience and your circumstances change. Flexibility within this framework is crucial to maintaining alignment and avoiding rigidity. Being open to revising your vision or redefining your purpose in response to new information ensures that your journey remains relevant and fulfilling. In leadership and personal development, vision and purpose are often cited as essential elements for inspiring not only oneself but also others. When you embody a clear vision and live with purpose, you naturally attract support, collaboration, and opportunities. People are drawn to those who demonstrate passion and direction, and this magnetic quality can amplify your impact and accelerate your progress. Finally, vision and purpose create a legacy that extends beyond your immediate achievements. By living intentionally and pursuing a meaningful mission, you contribute to a broader narrative that inspires future generations. Your story becomes a testament to the power of clarity and commitment, encouraging others to find their own vision and purpose and become heroes in their own right. In essence, vision and purpose serve as the foundational pillars of heroic action. They provide the motivation, clarity, and resilience necessary to pursue ambitious goals and navigate life's uncertainties. By cultivating and aligning with a clear vision and a profound sense of purpose, you empower yourself to live intentionally, act boldly, and become the hero of your own story. Taking responsibility is the defining act that transforms individuals from passive participants in their lives into active architects of their destiny. It means acknowledging that your choices, actions, and attitudes directly influence the course of your story. This principle is fundamental to becoming the hero of your own narrative, because it requires a shift from blaming external circumstances, other people, or fate to owning your role in shaping your experiences. Taking responsibility is not about self, blame, or guilt. It is about empowerment and clarity. When you accept responsibility, you reclaim your power to change, grow, and create the outcomes you desire. At the core of responsibility is accountability. It demands that you honestly assess your decisions and their consequences, without excuses or denial. This level of self-awareness fosters maturity and integrity. It requires you to pause and reflect before reacting, to consider how your behavior aligns with your values and goals. By holding yourself accountable, you develop trust in your own judgment and build credibility with others. Responsibility is the soil in which trust and respect grow, both within yourself and in your relationships. Taking responsibility also means embracing the reality that setbacks and failures are part of the journey, not the end of it. Instead of blaming others or external factors when things go wrong, you look inward to understand what can be learned and how to adjust your approach. This mindset encourages resilience because it frames challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Heroes do not shy away from mistakes. They analyze them, extract lessons, and use those lessons to move forward with greater wisdom. Moreover, responsibility entails proactive behavior. It means anticipating potential problems and preparing solutions, rather than waiting for circumstances to dictate your actions. This anticipatory approach increases your control over outcomes and reduces feelings of helplessness. When you act with responsibility, you are constantly evaluating your environment, adapting your strategies and making decisions that reflect foresight and intentionality. This proactive stance is a hallmark of leadership and personal empowerment. Taking responsibility is also closely linked to self-discipline. It requires commitment to follow through on your promises and maintain consistency in your efforts. This means doing what is necessary even when motivation wanes or distractions arise. Self-discipline bridges the gap between intention and action, ensuring that your vision and goals translate into tangible progress. Heroes cultivate habits of discipline because they understand that greatness is often the result of sustained effort over time, not fleeting bursts of inspiration. Another vital aspect of responsibility is owning your emotions and reactions. It is easy to attribute your feelings to external events or other people, but true responsibility involves recognizing that you have the power to choose your responses. This emotional ownership allows you to regulate your mindset and behavior, preventing impulsive or destructive actions. By managing your emotional landscape, you maintain clarity and composure, which are essential for effective decision-making and leadership. Responsibility also encourages humility. It requires acknowledging that you do not have all the answers and that mistakes are inevitable. This openness fosters a growth mindset, where feedback and criticism are seen as valuable inputs rather than threats. Heroes who take responsibility are willing to seek help, learn from others, and adapt accordingly. This humility strengthens relationships and expands your capacity for innovation and improvement. Taking responsibility extends beyond personal life into how you impact others and your environment. It involves recognizing the interconnectedness of your actions and their ripple effects on communities, workplaces, and society at large. Heroes understand that their choices have consequences beyond themselves and strive to act ethically and conscientiously. This sense of social responsibility enhances purpose and aligns personal success with broader contributions to the world. In professional settings, responsibility manifests as ownership of projects, initiatives, and outcomes. It differentiates leaders from followers by highlighting those who step up, make decisions, and drive results. Taking responsibility also builds confidence because it shifts the mindset from victimhood to agency. When you see yourself as the author of your story, you empower yourself to create change rather than passively accept circumstances. Importantly, taking responsibility is a continuous process rather than a one-time event. It requires ongoing reflection, adjustment, and commitment. Life's unpredictability means that challenges and decisions constantly arise, each presenting an opportunity to practice responsibility. Heroes embrace this dynamic, viewing responsibility as a lifelong practice that deepens self-mastery and impact over time. Ultimately, taking responsibility is about reclaiming control over your life narrative. It is the conscious decision to be accountable for your actions, to learn from your experiences, and to lead with intention. This principle is transformative because it removes the power from external factors and places it firmly in your hands. By committing to take responsibility, you step into your role as the hero of your own story, equipped with the clarity, courage, and discipline to shape your destiny. Resilience is the invisible armor that enables heroes to withstand adversity and continue moving forward when faced with setbacks, failures, and unexpected challenges. It is the quality that differentiates those who give up from those who persevere, the force that transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Developing resilience is essential for anyone who aspires to be the hero of their own story because life's journey is rarely a straight path. The ability to bounce back from difficulties, adapt to change, and maintain a positive outlook despite hardships defines the strength of character and commitment to one's goals. At its core, resilience is a mindset, an inner belief that challenges are temporary and surmountable rather than permanent barriers. This mindset fosters optimism, not as naive positivity, but as a realistic expectation that effort and persistence will eventually lead to success. Resilient individuals view failure as a natural part of the learning process and not as a reflection of their worth or potential. This reframing reduces fear and discouragement, allowing them to maintain motivation even in difficult circumstances. Building resilience begins with emotional regulation, the ability to manage one's reactions to stress and adversity. Emotional regulation prevents overwhelm and enables clear thinking during crises. When emotions are managed effectively, individuals can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, making better decisions that serve their long-term interests. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and cognitive reframing help develop emotional resilience by fostering awareness and control over one's internal state. Another key component of resilience is adaptability, the willingness and ability to change course when necessary. Life often presents unexpected twists that render initial plans obsolete. Heroes recognize that rigidity can lead to frustration and stagnation, while flexibility opens new pathways to success. Adaptability involves openness to new ideas, learning from mistakes, and adjusting strategies based on feedback and changing conditions. This dynamic approach keeps progress alive even when circumstances are less than ideal. Social support is a vital factor in resilience. Connecting with others who provide encouragement, advice, and empathy strengthens one's capacity to cope with difficulties. Relationships act as a buffer against stress by offering perspective, shared experiences, and practical help. Resilient people actively cultivate supportive networks and are also willing to seek help when needed, understanding that resilience does not mean facing challenges alone, but rather leveraging community resources. Purpose and meaning serve as anchors that enhance resilience by giving significance to struggles. When challenges are seen as part of a larger mission or personal growth journey, individuals are more motivated to endure hardships. Purpose provides the emotional fuel needed to push through exhaustion, doubt, or frustration. It transforms obstacles from burdens into meaningful tests of character and commitment. Heroes find strength in their why, which sustains them through difficult seasons. Resilience also grows through experience. Each challenge faced and overcome builds confidence in one's ability to handle future difficulties. This cumulative effect creates a psychological reservoir of strength that can be drawn upon in times of crisis. Reflecting on past successes, even small ones, reinforces the belief that perseverance pays off and equips individuals with strategies to apply in new situations. Developing resilience requires cultivating self-compassion. In moments of failure or setback, it is common to engage in self-criticism, which can erode confidence and prolong distress. Self-compassion involves treating oneself with kindness and understanding, recognizing that imperfection is part of the human condition. This gentle attitude helps maintain motivation and reduces the emotional toll of adversity, enabling quicker recovery and renewed effort. Resilience is also connected to goal setting and focus. Clear, meaningful goals provide direction and a sense of progress that counters discouragement. Breaking down larger ambitions into achievable milestones creates regular experiences of success that reinforce resilience. When the path forward is unclear, resilient individuals maintain faith in their vision and persist in seeking solutions rather than abandoning their objectives. Physical health and well-being play an often overlooked role in resilience. Stress, fatigue, and poor health can diminish emotional and cognitive resources needed to cope with challenges. Maintaining good nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient rest supports mental clarity and emotional stability. The mind-body connection means that physical self-care enhances overall resilience, enabling sustained effort over time. Resilience also entails a long-term perspective, recognizing that setbacks are temporary and that progress often involves non-linear growth helps prevent discouragement. Heroes understand that resilience is not about never falling, but about rising every time they fall. This perspective reduces the fear of failure and encourages risk-taking, which is essential for innovation and achievement. Lastly, resilience is nurtured by a sense of agency, the belief that one can influence outcomes through effort and choices. This empowerment combats feelings of helplessness and victimhood that can arise during difficulties. When individuals believe in their capacity to effect change, they are more likely to engage proactively with challenges rather than withdrawing or giving up. In sum, resilience is a multifaceted quality encompassing mindset, emotional regulation, adaptability, social support, purpose, self-compassion, physical well-being, and a long-term outlook. It enables individuals to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life with strength and grace. By cultivating resilience, you equip yourself to overcome obstacles, sustain motivation, and continue your journey as the hero of your own story, no matter what challenges arise.